Moobster coming in.
Mobbed down.
Just like he mobbed that previous game with Necrophos.
Not unless that is what mobbed means, in which case I hope he doesn't mob this game, please.
It's just
mob.
Infinite meaning. The mob does what the mob wants to do.
Radiant team pick.
Yes.
Take on the game, very, very philosophical. Alright.
Dire team pick.
Wraith King coming out for Nigma Galaxy. Not who we're seeing a ton of at the moment, and the Sans
This is
follow up as
Timbersaw.
well. Alright.
This is Timbersaw right here. If Ancient Tribe don't Timbersaw, I would be rather not confused, but I feel like this is the opportunity to go for it. You were obviously mentioning Wraith King and its lack of presence.
10 seconds
This is
remaining.
the time to pick it right. I'm talking about combo breaking heroes. Wraith King happily is the best
5
combo breaker in the
seconds
game
remaining.
because his ultimate, his second life, and of course Doom. You never really want to Doom the Wraith King unless maybe on the second life, but quite low damage. It's all about lanes of Nigma. They don't do things on the map really. They just take their lanes and slowly progress the game forward with Beast taking his tower, Wraith King Skeletons maybe taking tower, but with Doom in one lane, that shouldn't happen, and with potential parry down the line, also might not happen. Like Naga Siren, for example, could be pretty good for Ancient Tribe to punish Nigma.
But in Ancient Tribe are going to look towards the Magnus instead, a hero we were calling for much earlier on in the draft. And this guy, I mean, it gives you play potential, you know, it does give you some good kill potential, but yeah, not the Timbersaw you were looking for, unfortunately.
5 seconds remaining.
The Timbersaw, now that I think about it, maybe falls into the Necrophos type trap where's that stun, where's that initiation, right? It provides you forward positioning to get yourselves into areas to take cool fights, but maybe Ancient Tribe lost confidence in that style of play, and they would rather see a hero that can just point and click like this is where we're going. And of course Magnus easily could be flexed right now between mid and carry, so this gives Ancient Tribe a little bit of draft advantage, where in the previous game they pick a Lich, everything's very face-up value, so there's still room for Mag to go carry,
10 seconds
for Mobai to get one of these heroes that can break the game. So Nigma needs to be mindful of this with their pickup. They need a very, when I say universal, I don't mean it based on the stat type. I mean in the concept of being universal. It needs to be able to do a little bit of everything. That's why Pangala is back. Yeah.
They need a bread butter.
Who also is universal, coincidentally.
As it happens, yeah. Void Spirit also taken out of the mix by Nigma Galaxy, so they're very aware of this Magnus. You know, they know it can be carry on.
Dire team
flexible, the hero. And yeah, they just, I like this as well. They're just saying, like, you know, they struggled last game because he didn't really have a playmaking hero on the middle lane. They picked a very slow hero at mid who tried to make up for it by going for mobility items. So do the same thing again. Ban out the Void Spirit, ban out the Puck, try and force them to play the same card.
10 seconds remaining.
I got it, Nomad. This is the. I'm seeing like the same. Like Nigma have a lot of bodies up front, but they lack that little bit of explosive damage. And when your CC comes from Harpoon, Skewer, or Disruption with arrow follow-up, high move speed heroes will be able to break that apart quite nicely. And yeah, like I mentioned, like Coddle is just going to be able to boots of travel, high move speed around the fight. You can buy Vessel or Dagon or like any of the items that you see for the game, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Is there another Mikey hero that we're missing?
Dire team
Still think that's like number one in my mind.
Keeper of the light.
Let's go.
Yep. Good job, T-Governor, and good job, Nigma Galaxy. Rounds off their draft very nicely. So what does this hero give them now?
Pacing, pretty much. It's all about the pacing. It's going to be, you throw out a Hawk,
10
you just
seconds
don't know
remaining.
if Mikey's going to be TPing on it, providing something. If I quickly double check his pub
5
history, what
seconds
item he's gone
remaining.
for, he has been going for Vessel Ags, Vessel Dagon, Vessel E-Blade. It really depends on the game state that's occurring, but it is a hero that elevates the game. Healing as well. We mentioned how important healing was in the previous game with the Witch Doctor. He himself is going to push the hero forward.
You may now
A hero
select
we
your
do
heroes.
not see often is this tiny. Most likely going to be in the mid lane. Fallen off, a little bit too slow for the current meta, but with a Magnus, with the Empower, still by the Ags, there's some wombo combos to be had here. But is it that perfect lockdown? I would have loved to see, I think, Kunkka, in my opinion, for Ancient Tribe. I think that last pick, Kunkka, boat buff against the lack of damage from Nigma, X mark to keep the Kotal in place, that probably would have been some like insane pick, but go for the tiny. It's a little bit more volatile, but maybe leans into comfort more.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it does give them, again, that jump in, that pick off. You know, this is a draft which can get things done, which is one of the big things we were talking about here. But yeah, is it a little bit kind of slow? You know, it still feels a little slow from Ancient Tribe. I don't know, like, it's another team where I'm thinking, like, if they're behind, they're going to be in trouble. Getting behind is going to be difficult because they got Magnus and the Doom. These heroes can farm up really, really fast. Will they have enough back pressure? That kind of remains to be seen. Yeah. Also, what do their resources look like in the fight as well? Because obviously you've got the Doom, you've got the RP, and then do they run out with this Wraith King Second Life?
I'm trying to think about that. It's like, right now, all of Ancient Tribe, even after seeing the Wraith King, they've drafted down the line of kill the hero that we see. And that mindset against a Wraith King is always scary. And I think I kind of side with you there. I'm worried once they use their first round of spells, these heroes don't really thrive on the second round. Kind of need the big ones to be, can reposition a lot and do annoying stuff, but are you going to kill the Wraith King? So yeah, it's going to be a very hard and challenging game for Ancient Tribe, I think. Execution is key. And maybe they've learned from the errors in game one. They had the net worth advantage, but they just weren't able to utilize it.
Alrighty, let's jump into it then. Game number 2, Nigma Galaxy versus Ancient Tribe. Who is going to be taking the win and securing this very, very vital early win here? It's both of these teams' first series here in the Western EU DPC Division 2. Let's find out who is going to be taking it.
Do you want me to hype things up now, or?
Oh, I just did that. You can. The court is yours, my friend. The ball is at your feet. Bend over, pick it up.
Quiet. Let's see what happens. Let the Dota do the talking.
Well, no longer smoke.
30 seconds to battle.
Free ward, but it does get spotted out by the side of Nigma Galaxy. I'm not very good at being quiet, T. What's it doing? I mean, this early game is not particularly exciting. The Dota's not saying much, I'll be honest.
The battle
very quiet,
begins.
So,
would make a great story for you.
Some shots for them. They'll go 2-2 on the bounty rooms. Nice taking some hits up here from Kuro and from Yuma as well. Another thing to mention as well is we talked about using those spells correctly. That's going to be even harder with the silencer in the game as well. That global silence could come out of nowhere at any point, catch you off guard. Going to mean that this Magnus's initiation could be quite tricky. Same with the Doom.
It's going to be that safe. Start speaking now.
Thank God.
It's all good, it's all good. 2 for 2 on the rune split. Already looking at the Mikey versus Tiny matchup. This is, again, I'd be surprised if we ever see Tiny getting a kill on Mikey. I feel like this is actually a very good lane for Coddle, just to throw it under the Tiny. And then indirectly, it will prevent Tiny from thinking about the wider map. If he does TP away, then, again, still not really pressuring Mikey. All eyes on him to showcase why this mid Coddle
Get off my
up and what it can present in this game.
What's a law?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. It's probably not going to be a stompy lane like last time, I don't think. You have one of these heroes which can just kind of take things over as LeBron. He hits up in the top lane. The axes, they're going to help. He ain't secured a kill. It'll be first blood goal.
No.
Yeah.
Magical damage of the blood grenade. Rough. Truly rough.
Yeah.
But once again, it's the same lane. Like, we saw the same thing in the previous game, right? It's constant axe spam. It's constant sticky bomb. It is incredibly hard to play into. Especially, it's going to be amplified by having the Mirana here. This isn't some Oracle that can provide some healing, the Witch Doctor, any of these heroes. It's an aggressive type of hero. You're always looking to trade the... and near impossible. Because if you step up, you're now tanking the axes and the sticky. This lane top is all about just shipping out the regen, surviving and getting as much farm as you can.
That's it. That's what it is all about, resource management. And yeah, just trying to limit what these guys can do. God damn, look at how much damage that Techies does to LeBron. It's just crazy. Right clicks him like twice.
Where are the rest?
Correct. What can you do? But bottom lane, you know, Nigma's still trying to get a similar amount of harassment as they are on top. They are looking to take this game by the horns. It's the early.
Really just presenting themselves, just forward thinking. Get as much XP as you can on you, because once the Vanguard gets picked up again from this Doom, this time around, Wraithking will happily walk to jungle, throw down a good obs so the skeletons can run through it, and it'll be happily farming up. But pre-Vanguard, that's where Wraithking really tries to push the limits of his hero. Fortunately, he doesn't really do too much into it.
Yep. It's kind of a PSA as well, you know, if you're a garbage carry player, me, then just pick Wraith King, or just pick like something which can just run and hit camps, because you literally don't have to play the lane from like 4 minutes onwards. There's so many camps close to the lane now.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying when my carry does that, and I'm playing some like
Dire's
sacrificial fight. I can't push out the lane. It's like, I'm so happy you're giving this lane, but I'm in a bad one right now, mate. And I can't be securing these range creeps by myself.
Hope you enjoy sitting in the tower and watching. It is free though. It is free. It's impossible to lose lanes for some of these carries, but should you do it always? Definitely not. Will you do it always? Probably.
Looking at mid lane, actually, Momo's done a pretty good job at just preventing Mikey getting in positions. Guessing, right? 15 to 7, 10 to 3. Of course, Quattle, when he have the levels, he'll just move towards jungle, start making stacks.
He's very, very low, but yeah, the poison won't be enough.
He has the loads as well. He's perfectly fine.
That's good.
Yeah, Mikey trading a little bit of lane CS for the stacks. Maybe a little bit of a bait on the CS score right now. But yeah, Momo doing a good job. Of course, against Coddle, the lanes are always in your face, right? So you're kind of CSing against yourself.
Yeah. Well, the thing we've been speaking about this Coddle non-stop against the Tiny is that every time he tries to set up some last hits for himself with Illuminate, Mobe's just always just running at him and throwing down that avalanche. It's a pretty long-range stun, all things considered. And that means that he can't really get off the full Illuminate charges, which means he can't really harass Mobe, can't really secure the CS. So it seems to be a nice little aspect of this matchup, which maybe we hadn't considered. I definitely thought this was going to be more Coddle favored, but yeah, Mobe's playing it well.
Again, he's going to most likely pick up Blink quite early. Question is, when he gets Blink, who's he pairing with? Like, if Doom has Doom, sure, that's a kill. Do you want to rotate to your mag and stop him from like farming up the jungle and utilizing power? Probably not. So it is going to be pick up the Blink, try and use SD and Marana and get kills, and could be difficult, but it is the window of time that we are going to be looking for. Ancient Tribe. If Tiny can't do it, then no one on the next team will be able to do anything.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Takes some heavy hits down here in the bottom lane. Arrow coming across, but Kuro runs in and tanks it. Not my carry, he says. But he's going to be going down here. Alex, is he going to fall? Wow, Yuma committing to the kill here. He's going to get punished for that. He's taking some damage here, but he's got that Helm of Iron Will, and that just might help him survive through it. Waiter, he wants it, but he won't be finding the kill. There is still a heal available from the Wraith King, so he's going to get out of there.
Oh, all right. Will he buy his own salve, or is Kuroki going to bring regen in? He did buy his own salve, and that's what we want to see. Carries that buy their own regen when they're low in lane. Beautiful stuff.
Strong, independent carries. You love to see it. I feel like you run it away to here, and yeah, just trying to put a bit of pressure on.
Structures are
So
fortified.
tanky on this Doom, you know. He's got this Vanguard. He's not really worrying about much at the moment. Not many concerns.
The heroes around him can die based on positioning, not himself. There is no way in the world the Silencer Wraith King is going to be able to click the Doom down unless there's some like incredible body blocks for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Top lane, the suffering continues, but at the same time, this Magnus, he's pretty juiced. He's feeling okay. You know, a lot of these happen, you creep side camps and such, but nevertheless, he's doing well for himself.
Very even start to the game. All teams in CS, but disruption on Coddle.
Yep, and there comes the Avatos, and again, that is the flip side. You get on top of this Coddle, and he is just absolute butter.
Really?
They don't have
Radiant's
the
top
mid lane
tower
ward to
is under
scout out
attack.
BSC positioning. In disruption, it's relatively
Dire are
small
scanning.
cast range to be able to catch the Coddle, but with no observer and it being nighttime, perfectly able to pick him up. And Ancient Tribe need to replicate that time and time again. Disrupt, Arrow, Tiny, and is going to be pretty much everything we talk about for the next 10 minutes for this team, because Doom's going to be coming one lane and Mag AFK in the jungle.
I'm sure we'll see him again in about 10 or 15 minutes with 8 items and 10,000 gold to boot.
Dyer's
Never mind,
top
RP comes
tower
out on
is
top
under
lane. Lil
attack.
Pleb traction with the help of an arrow. They might be able to get this kill, but OGH comes in from the sidelines here and blows up Lil Pleb instead. Kuro down in the bottom lane. They'll try to finish the kill onto LeBron. LeBron does have one lead. He is going to use it. Roar comes out, but it's not enough. They're going to actually be able to kill him off there with the avalanche. So mind control does eventually fall, but getting the turnaround onto the Magnus there is absolutely huge.
Incredibly awkward. I think the layering of the arc in the arrow didn't really stun for too long, and in doing so, Beastmaster was able to get the big spell out.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Awkward. I think Lil Pled has put himself in this position.
Mikey gets... Yeah, it is.
Illusion!
Mikey will grab that kill. Whoa! A little bit of juke, a little bit of jiving, but Alex,
it's fine.
it'll take a while, but he will die. But they now get the warders here at the very least.
Yeah.
So Mikey trading the kill for a ward.
GH has no points in phase right now, so he's going to go down
Dyer's
to the right
middle
click.
tower is under attack.
A bounty which
they
will
do
literally
scuffling.
prize.
I'm happy that we're getting this many kills. The previous game, it came so early on.
Yeah, it really did. We had first for like 7 minutes, and then
Kurok's getting body blocked by his own illusions.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Dyer's
That is
middle
not ideal.
tower is
Oh
under
wow, okay,
attack.
this is going to be a little freebie pickup here onto the silencer. And
Just to clarify, his own team's illusions, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sub-op. Alright, Yuma now just picked up a ward on his Raven. He has an armlet, 3 points in his Vampiric Spirit. Where will he place it to utilize his skeletons? Because that's why Wraith Kings pick up the ward.
Yep. Every Wraith
I'll
player.
keep you updated.
Always has an army.
12 of them.
Yeah. Jump forward onto the Doom though. Got the explosions. They have the damage. They need a little bit more. Would be nice to have some magical. Creeps actually punching him right now, but GH somehow just getting it with a right click.
Level 6, pre 10 minutes, of course, Wisdom Room helps, but really nice stuff. And empty farming stacks, Yuma farming rooms. Yeah, they're happy farming up right on Tiny. I think the saving great range and try to heat his top net worth. That anticipation of the Blink Dagger, 500 gold away. He really needs to set some pace in this game.
Who do you want to die to this Blink?
Anyone at this point, I think.
Okay.
King doesn't have. Oh, he's got 6, 7. So he's holding a point for Wraith. Going on him, probably not the best. I'd actually argue killing off Cottle once, twice more would be helpful. So, like, basically install the idea that if he shows, he can die, and suddenly he won't be TPing as brilliantly.
Nay, sir.
His head. The movie. But yeah, it's kind of a dangerous spot right here. I mean, GH, if he keeps going in.
Shadows take us.
Oh.
He's solo killing.
Yeah. I mean, he's had the skewer this whole time on the
are scanning.
really just min-maxing at the moment, but is there a point where it's
Just men.
just men? Yeah.
Kinda.
Where is the max
And GH, of
coming in?
course, he didn't want to blast off because of with the arrow cancelling it. It just put himself in a weird position. Just the pressure he's applying. Also killing off the Doom like minutes earlier. That was a Doom that easily could just AFK this game, but Techies, he was the one component of damage that was needed to kill him off. And now Mikey's here with the Vessel as well. Wuter is not tanky anymore.
Is under
this
attack.
Vanguard is not your friend.
Dyer's bottom tower
He's
is under
cancelled,
attack.
and Nigma might just see this as an opportunity here. They're going to go for it right now. Waiter, he needs a bit of help, and he's not going to find it. That's going to be a nice little kill there for Yuma and Mikey. Now, do they get out, or are they just going for more? Lune, unfortunately, not going to catch out. Double away from Ron. Has got one more remaining, but he's going to be able to kill the catapult. Also, a couple of creeps without Starstorm. So, tower, maybe. Oh, the courier as well.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
There we go.
Finally.
Got both of them like, whoa.
I could have sworn there were more.
Aggressive, sir. He wants to get this reincarnation. Get it? Oh, yes, he is. Fair enough. For an ult.
At this point, you should really just address
One corner.
me.
Dyer's
For
bottom
180
tower is
seconds.
under attack.
Score 7.33 did reduce that by 20 seconds. It used to be 200. So yeah, it's going to be relatively more jungle based now due to the fact he doesn't have ultimate.
Yeah.
Going for the aggressive build.
Dyer's top
Just
tower
straight
is
deso,
under attack.
And he went for the four. Yeah, thank you.
Dyer are scanning.
I was expecting it to be, you know, like where he's really understood the jungle.
Dyer's middle
yeah, maybe
tower
there,
is under
exactly.
attack.
Maybe here. Oh, true. Do love being able to do multiple counts, but alas. for a boring one.
Shame. Mobe, meanwhile,
Perfect.
looking for an exciting kill onto GH, but neither will be able to finish it off, especially with Mikey backing him up here. He's going to heal him, he's going to... I'm assuming now, comes a crit from Yuma, killing off Mobe. Well, he's dead now. Backline, very dead. Oh, now the explosion comes in, they bring him down. Shadow Demon, can he get revenge with Potato Revenge? I don't think so. I think he's just going to die. What a shame. Natural ability never coming in useful, but they get kills in the middle lane on the side of Nick. And now they can look for the
Dire's middle tower is under
Instantly
attack.
responded with numbers.
Dire's
and that
middle
was, that was the big
tower has
tiny
fallen.
blink dagger timing that we were anticipating this entire time. He reveals it and death and
Submit.
All right, and a random runner just put down on the
Dire's
side.
middle tower
as
is
well.
under
Mikey finds the
attack.
+1, and all of a sudden, it's looked like everything just kind of full Enigma's way all of a sudden.
I have no map to play. We're mentioning one single hero being the component of all map plays on the tribe. He shows his blink dies like is a Nigma Spellbind at super high value against Magnus. He skewers, he's going to be slowed. Mirana, she leap, going to be slowed. And yeah, Mikey's using quite nicely.
Definitely. Oh,
GH,
jump in,
no.
but toss. It's not enough. It's not enough. Armed as well, cannot finish the job. Hail Mary arrow, but
Dire's
yeah,
middle
she's
tower
been around
is
the block
under
a few
attack.
times. Never going to get caught up by that one. Wow. Second, no kill.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
In this type of game, you kind of wish Ancient Tribe had like a Terrorblade as their carry. Then it's like, okay, if we just throw bodies, who cares? We'll have SD plus Terrorblade, create illusions, hold the high ground outside of the Wraith. But you have a Magnus, a hero that doesn't pressure the mana pool of Wraithing, a hero that doesn't pressure the Wraithing realistically, because you can't get through 2 lives outside of 1 HP. And SD just dies again. Like, there is no map to play now for Ancient Tribe.
Yes.
They entirely get the techies again, so where the damage?
Yeah, that is the question. Bob's actually going to die for this. Mobe's not in an ideal situation either. He's hit by heroes. Throw get out of my way. But he was on top of it. Now the damage is there, and another death for Mobe in the middle lane. Having such a rough series for this guy.
Was hitting bottom tier 2. This game's falling apart. And it was concerns in the
Dire's
draft when we're
structures
looking
are
at how
fortified.
static their heroes are. Like, this is the product of a team that wants to play aggressive and be on the enemy side. Will be able to just heroes.
Let's not be negative, Nancy, though. One thing has gone Ancient Tribe's way in the past few minutes. When Alex died bottom, he did get the Wisdom runes, so that is a psychological win.
They're going to need about another 12 wisdom runes to get back into this game. So if we can keep it going, then
That pace, a brawl, walks to
alright, smoke up into a techie's mine. Oh,
Sucks. They've already lost one hero, but let's see without if they come. But the global is there, no RP, and now, well, they're just awkwardly standing around. See you later. They're going for the TRP, and just should this every time. They might bat immediately out from Alex. I mean, they will at least be able to bring down GH,
Tip of the hunting.
but they just threw a whole kitchen sink, and all they got was a little techies.
they were able to coordinate that a little bit better with the TPL. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Go into mass TP, just
Bye.
Dire's top tower
been
is
so-
under
but,
attack.
whatever. Techies dies, Ancient Tribe. They tried to make smoke. They tried to get the cores together, but they smoke up into a Techie's mine, so Nigma know it's coming. You jump a hero that isn't successful.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It really is, but it's the type of play that you need to make when you're behind. You need to kind of brute force your way into an area of the map to have some area, some position to and it doesn't
Radiant's
feel comfortable.
bottom
Look at the
tower is
map.
under
They're
attack.
drawing frantically. They're not in a happy position on Ancient Tribe. They don't stand the game being set, and Yuma taking it away with the farm. Nearly about it 10k at the 17
Radiant
minute mark.
structures are fortified.
All of them are just getting so rich right
Radiant's
now.
bottom
It's,
tower
it's
is
kind
under
of crazy. And,
attack.
you know, Magnus, he still has
Radiant's
soloing
bottom
Rita
tower
right now.
has fallen.
Finders, keepers.
And then,
Dire
now the
are
team's to
scanning.
help him out.
Yeah.
He was trying to, but let me just confirm. We're trying to see what the item timing will be for Ancient Tribe to take that fight. It's difficult because Duma Midas. The
Radiant's
Magnus is
bottom
going for a
tower
Mantis.
Roshan
The
has
tiniest
fallen to the Radiant.
note here is expert. Here, these items I've just mentioned.
Dire's top tower is
They
under
aren't
attack.
like punchy items where I see them. Ah, okay. So now you can deal with that aspect of the draft. Like maybe the Manta, of course, silence the global will give him some RP skew plays to make, but an Aegis in boot, Beastmaster as well. You've got to go through what? 7 lives now on Nigma to win this.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound possible. But maybe there's some big ultimate usages. You know, you can take out some of those key targets which don't have an Aegis or a second life. Maybe Mike Joe could be that guy, but at the moment, Doom might just use his spells. But now they want to try that, and he just says no. They'll play this from see if they actually will do something here. I have a feeling I know the answer. They just want to get themselves the fuck away from this one, and that is exactly what they find themselves 2 heroes. It's out. That's up. Be cancel that by the start. They'll let get along right now. That's great. That's do it. Well, the eliminate cuts him. Mikey is just running around the map doing whatever the hell he wants.
Normally in a cast, I'll try and find the silver lining, right? But
Regeneration.
Can we do that? Like a rusty
What?
lining.
if they can get
Dire's
this
top
25
tower
minutes
is
in
under
you
attack.
can take it as a moral victory.
That is maybe not in bronze. It's just
The difficult thing as well,
Dire's
lining.
middle tower
They-
is under attack.
that illusion-based hero really
Dire's
starts
middle
skipping
tower
waves.
has
Also don't
fallen.
really have that built into their lineup, where you can like
Dire's
live
top
the
tower
enemy
is
side of
under
the map
attack.
and at least delay the inevitable, right? And you are seeing them do that. But after you
Dire's
make
structures
this
are fortified.
if ancient
Radiant
tribe can get at least
structures
some
are
items,
fortified.
some desperation farm, wait for the Aegis to expire, then look to ignore and fight this Wraith King.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
In the Aegis right now, it just feels like such an up.
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
not gonna
is
win.
under attack.
You have fortify though.
Yep, they have fortify. One of the few tools in the basket at the moment. Rain tracks gets taken. Nigma, yep, that's enough for us. They want to be
Don't you roll with
in
the
the base.
crew?
Go for the front side. Probably next. I pushed out first.
Better!
Actually about to pick up the Lotus, so Lotus,
Yeah.
not the Lotus, but that could help with the purging of the vessel charges, the solar bind, turning around some of these rolls.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're really playing the false window of a comeback in the fight. I don't know what the win probability is right now, but
The
it doesn't
sword
feel like it should be.
likes to
It's
sleep.
90% right now for Nigma.
It's definitely not looking ideal, and I think
95. Okay.
95. All right, yeah, I'm feeling that. I think with the Magnus as well, though, it was really strong, but it needs to be ahead. Like you don't get to just run through the fights. Mikey.
Perfect.
Nice keep in trouble.
Open to your
Tribe.
No offense, Ron. In this stage of the game, you kind of want a call to get these big
Dire are
kills.
scanning.
It's fine. He's gonna complete that low boost now.
True.
Someone is gonna be unstunned. Silence. Sorry. Yeah. They don't need Mikey. They'd like Mikey, but they don't need him. And they hold this high ground regardless. That's too close here. It might be caught out. They'll play that. Humor there. I don't be expecting that as he throws a shockwave into the tree. Oh, Mobay. They step too far forward there. That's a load of coming out. The stun. Do they want to go up this high ground? Nice arrow connects onto mind control. Hey, he's actually taking a ton of damage just from the right now. The one got the side coming out as well. Around the harder. Nigma just trying to finish it, and they will be able to the disruption with it. No, it's going to get captured there. He's not going for the RP though. No, yes, he can.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nigma, they've got everything back in
Dire's
grip.
bottom
And
tower
it's going to
is
start
under
taking
attack.
down games. Down goes the side of the Shadow Demon trying to escape. But he can't even make it through. He gets
hardly a challenge worthy of the name.
Throws out on the side of Ancient Tribe.
Dire's
Nigma once
bottom tower
again
is under attack.
double slip whatsoever.
Love the position from
Dire's
hugging that
bottom
right
tower
side of the
has
map,
fallen.
utilizing the higher ground ward. Yeah. Mikey's kind of dicing with death here. Doesn't have the age. Has some Beastmaster. He's kind of on the V in these big claws and
I guess I haven't been killing enough.
Hey, if they can get close to it, they can't kill him. We know that. And you
Sooner
know
than you
it.
think.
It's a little bled. Ignis going to come out just to make sure they secure the kill. There's the bomb upon him. Topson.
Dire's middle barracks has
moment
fallen.
before
I meant boom, right? Boom goes disruption.
Ooh, go for
Very,
the
yeah.
praise.
Nigma,
Let's see.
I feel like in these mid to late game fights, how big the map is. There's so many cool spots where you
Radiant's
can hold.
top tower
But
is
before,
under
it was
attack.
hold your triangle. They'll come. The
Yeah.
fight will occur. Now they have the ward on the lotus pit. Are you using the tree line there? Hugging the area on the wrong side of that high spot. This time of paper, sure they do lose Mikey, but they just position, they respect, they're so strong, they have the lead, have the high ground vision. Kuroki's like so far back, he can't get comboed and make sure he can global. And because of that, they take the was at a disadvantage and still do it.
Real Chads hold the hot tub.
Take us.
You're not, but he's
Stop. Times
so dead.
It's nice to be illuminated.
Maybe Manta, but I forgot that he's nowhere near Manta.
Yeah.
In the last 10 minutes, there is a world where techies and science actually overtake some of these
Dire's
cores
top tower
on the
is
side
under
of
attack.
mainly the techies, because he's actually doing very well.
A wise king always has an army in the
Which
wings.
is get them.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Mobe is next target here. That TP is so terrifying. It's not black. There is nothing you can do about it. Mikey is inevitable. And they get themselves another kill. This time on the Tiny. It's feeling like it might be a GG coming out of Electric Tribe soon, especially if Humor and GA the backline onto Weezy. They go for the big target. They want to take down the big beam Doom. And up there, that's loads of they can do something if he wishes. But I mean,
Welcome to the food.
down he goes. GA's throwing low bombs the way of Alex. Alex trying to duke it through the tree. Trying to cut down. Alex, he's going to take it wrong now.
Dire's bottom
now
tower is under attack.
And he just about gets put by the loop anyway. So it's yet not a kill. Little
Dire's
respawn,
bottom
and
tower
then
has
whole
fallen.
everyone goes, alright guys, I'm ready to take the game-changing fall. Oh, you're all dead. Okay, jeez.
This was
Radiant
Couldn't-
victory.
the bar of
The
the on
fountain.
aggression, right?